What's up, everybody? This is Ninja Burrito. We're back with Chapter 5 of the Master Ninja run on a fresh save file, so no new Game Plus upgrades, no extra health, no extra weapons and items, no unlocks, no accessories. We are time-gated on a lot of our accessory slots even, and we're also doing it without items so that you can use as many items as you want and know that you'll be fine. Do understand that the drawback of using items is that they are expensive to replenish, and that's even if you get them from chests, because if you have items and you loot a chest, it is converted into money for you. So you can make a lot of money in this game just by not using items. However, I will say this chapter is a long and difficult one. The boss at the end takes a lot of grinding to get good at, because if you are on a fresh save file, you don't have the health to survive his attacks. So you're either going to be spamming items when you get hit, or if you're going itemless, you're going to just have to get really, really good at this boss, and that's not easy to do because he's weird and difficult. The other thing, too, is that a lot of his attacks can just outright kill you because you don't have a lot of health. But it's a long one, so let's get started. I'm going to mute it because I forgot to mute my mic on a lot of it. So we're just going to go volumeless until we get to probably the boss. Sorry about that, guys. But let's just get it started. So Chapter 5 of Ninja Gaiden 4 is challenging. It is a challenging one for sure. The good news about this is that we unlock new weapon skills right off the bat here. I'll probably wait till the first fight is done if I remember correctly. I did this yesterday. But I just killed the boss today, so it was a difficult one, and I died almost instantly, as you can tell. So we will just fast forward a few seconds here. So I'm gonna open up with the UT and do the normal strats. We almost never use the Takama Nakata at this point. I do like the Takama Nakata for easier and more controlled Azuna drops. And I like it for its Berserk Stance finisher for clearing the screen. The drill is more like line damage, and the Takama Nakata is more horizontal damage. There's more width to it. Oh wow, I actually kept 2 deaths in here. Sorry guys, that's my bad. All right, so again, ultimate technique opener. Okay. Get some popcorn, get something to drink, guys, because we're gonna be here for a while. This first encounter is actually pretty tight. Pretty tight for sure. There's lanterns, there's armored sickles. I actually don't mind the armored sickles at all, but there's also the Oni. Once the Oni are dealt with, it's not too bad. We also have the Eneru or whatever, dogs. I think that's what they're called, something like that. But at this point we fought them quite a bit, so you know the drill. The advantage here is that the boxes here do have blood orbs in them, so you can break the boxes, or the enemies can break the boxes, and that will give you some essence in order to charge UTs. Just don't miss like I did there, because then you get hit by everything. But, you know, it's a standard encounter. Tried some new abilities here, you know. But yes, on this mission, we do get our 12 out of 12 on the lance, the rapier, which is fantastic. By the way, the Yato-sen, I believe it's called. It's a really fun weapon, and as I've gotten better at using it, which it's probably my worst weapon still, right? But as I've gotten better and more accustomed to using it, I'm enjoying it. I'm actually enjoying it quite a bit. Just remember on these lanterns, right, you can kill them and then dodge, but there's some risk. You have to kind of know when they're going to die, so I just ultimate technique them instead. I think that's a little bit of an easier way to do it. Of course, they can run away, so you should hit them with some shurikens and then jump towards them for the ultimate technique. Let's see if I do it here. Nope, because I'm dumb. Yeah, hit them with some shurikens when you jump towards them to stun them. And then that'll give you more time to charge the on landing instead of looking like a goof like I'm doing here. Just as a heads up, we will be getting the missables. I actually miss a key accessory on this run. So for the rest of my Master Ninja run, I will be short an accessory that I will make sure that you guys get. I will point it out where to get it and how to get it. There's no battle or anything. to get it. It's just that you have like one opportunity to grappling hook to some pillars while you're falling in the air. And for whatever reason, I know about the accessory because I have it on my normal save file, but I just like had such brain lag when I got there that I missed it. I was just like, oh, do I grab that now or later? And then I was like, later. And then nope, I had to grab it then. So I will be missing the attack upgrade ring, but I'll make sure that you guys get the attack upgrade 1 slot ring. And honestly, there's a good spot to use that ring in this level as well, so I'll point that out as well. But make sure you upgrade your weapon, and make sure you grab the chests after the first fight is done, and then we'll be able to proceed with the mission. And it is, like I said, it's a pretty long one, guys. And also, you know, we have no audio at the moment, so that makes it even harder to bear with, so I apologize for that. I have a lot of manual settings when I record that I just forgot to mute my mic, so I'm like talking to my girlfriend about life for a good portion. I don't know exactly how long. We'll check after like 35 minutes to see if it's okay to put the audio back on, but at some point I do catch it. I'm like, oh, what am I doing, you know? So you'll notice that I'm still kind of looking around, trying to make sure I don't miss anything for you guys. Unfortunately, I'm not familiar enough with the levels. I haven't run them a bunch of times. I've only run them like twice. I think I've run every single level twice at this point. There's a couple levels I've run 3 times. So I'm just not super familiar. I don't have the chest locations memorized because there's a lot of levels. There's 19 levels. For these guys, just remember to play it safe and cautious. Interrupt them with Raven form. I just do Raven form and X for the quick attack. There's a lot of complicated and awesome combos you can do in this game, but don't feel like they're required. I use very simple combos to beat most of the things in this game. Okay, so mission database. Come in here and turn in your mission, of course, for defeating 50 enemies and finding the secret supplies. This will get us some nice ninja coin, and I do believe we get a black scale, which is going to be important later because we will be getting a health upgrade in this level. Ah, I think that's it. I think that's where I noticed. Hold on, let's find out. Yeah. All right, we got audio back, guys. We got audio back. We're good. Okay. So again, I'm just checking on missions, making sure that there's nothing that we missed. Everything's looking good. If your missions look like my missions, you're in good shape. We have not missed a single mission yet, other than the ones you have to miss until the post game. So I'm checking out, learning some new combat skills, seeing if he's got anything new. He doesn't. Classic Tyrant. All right. And again, they like to hide things in these little gaps that you jump over sometimes, so I always check them just to make sure I'm not missing the chest. Sorry if the camera angles get a little annoying because of that. I know that they do. They annoy me, so I'm sure they annoy, you know, everyone else. And I'm like, secrets, where are the secrets? But there are no secrets. We just need to keep moving. All right, so this fight is pretty straightforward. It's just a bunch of dogs. And we're going to do what we always do. We're going to use ultimate techniques. You know, some drill action doesn't hurt though as well. And once you hear that sound, that visceral, like, you know, like the blood splattering, that's how you know you've delimbed the dogs. They don't look much different in my opinion when they're delimbed, but I just listen for that sound that it makes. And then I go in for the OT. That was super close. The drill attack getting me out of the fireballs. So even though we are much stronger and we are very capable of playing the game at this point, instead of being like, you know, how we were in Mission 1, you know, we have a few health upgrades now. I think we have 2, and we're doing great. But we're still not overpowered. You know, it's still, you know, if you get cocky, you'll die pretty quick. So just be cognizant that you're not all powerful yet. But there will come a point, I think, anyways, that we will feel very powerful. Of course, then the enemies will get stronger too. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But for this level, it is very long. And Some of the encounters are a little tricky, not downright difficult, just tricky. Like, you know, you'll make some small mistakes and go, oh, I know better than that. You know, you'll be like, yeah, I should have died there. I deserve that death, but I really feel like I should have done better. Those type of moments will happen. But nothing like, oh, I'm stuck on this encounter or anything like that. Not until you get to the boss. The boss is very difficult. But first, let's do some backtracking here across the broken bridge to get a missed chest. And then there's nothing else to grab, so you can just turn around or you can drop down, whatever you want to do. But yeah, Chapter 6 is going to... I think Chapter 6 is where a lot of people who are doing a fresh save or are doing itemless are going to stop the fresh save and do New Game Plus, or if they don't want to redo any work, which I don't blame them. You know, I wouldn't want to restart on New Game Plus after coming this far either. They'll definitely probably drop the item list unless they're like super dedicated. Because I'm telling you guys, this boss, the boss on this level, is annoying. He's annoying, man. Super annoying. But we have it optimized and we have a strategy that works. Just know that when it comes to bosses in this game, unlike other Ninja Gaidens, where there's like, you know, we have, after years of an established meta, we know a cheesy, quick way to kill these bosses. We don't have that right now. So you are actually going to have to grind out learning the bosses, which can be frustrating. But just try to keep your cool, try to keep calm, and just understand that that's all part of the process. You are going to die. You are going to spend hours learning some of these bosses on Master Ninja. That's totally normal, you know, and so you're just going through the same thing everybody goes through, and try not to let it get to you too bad when it comes to that. When you get to this part, there are no secrets again, so we're just going to keep moving forward. We've got movement. What could it be? I don't know. Bippity boppity bee with armored sickles trying to take us out. Sorry, Sickle-chan. You're going to hell. So yeah, if you're curious for the Purgatory Gate on this level, it is also more difficult. It is a very tricky one in my opinion. And we will be doing it on the max difficulty so that, you know, you see that it's doable with no items. And that you can choose however you'd like to approach it. One of the things I have in the back of my head for these purgatories, because I'm not trying to like flex and be like, wow, I can do it, no items. I don't do Ninja Gaiden no item runs. I'm just doing that to be helpful. But the thing about it is that the reward for weapon XP is probably the most valuable. And that's why doing it on max is actually a pretty good idea. Because the weapons after the Yato-sen are infinitely more expensive to upgrade their weapon skills. Sorry, just ignore what I'm doing here. I'm trying to make sure I didn't miss something, but I didn't. But the later weapons are much more expensive to upgrade. So doing the Purgatory Gates now to build that weapon XP is going to be really important. If you build the weapon XP now, then by the time you unlock the weapon, you won't be stuck sitting on like the entire weapon skill list being like, yeah, I didn't upgrade the hammer at all because I couldn't afford it, or I didn't update the Kagehira or whatever, the ranged one, right? Like I just didn't upgrade it. Why? Because I couldn't afford it. Like I don't want you to be in that situation in case we need some of these skills, or as my guides get older and we figure out strategies, I don't want you to like be partially through like one of my guides, skip some weapon skills, and then a better strat comes out that you can't do because you don't have the right skills. So we're going to try to make sure that you get enough weapon XP to actually get all the abilities. Sorry, I AFK'd for a little bit there in the footage, but we're back. And so hopefully, you know, you're well taken care of, even if better stuff comes out. Watch out for this armored sickle guy now that we've decided to continue with the mission. Again, I'm so paranoid because I feel like I'm missing something, but I'm thinking about something that comes later in the level. So again, you know, I AFK again. All right, there we go. Sorry, guys. All right, so in this room, there is a difficult to reach chest. We're going to do the fight first, and then I'll show you how to do it. Just be careful not to get hit like I did there. You can quickly go for kills on armored sickles or on the dogs. They obliterate pretty easily. You do need to use Blood Raven stance on the armored sickles, though. And then that'll set you up for free UTs. Easy. And then this guy, he tried to be a bit cheeky. He tried to get me with a suicide grab, but we're not having that. We said, no, sir, not today. All right, let's grab the few chests in this room. And you'll notice our ninja coin is getting quite high at this point. You can't jump over to this chest, but again, we'll show you how to get up to it. But 150k on ninja coin, we're actually going to see almost 300k by the end of the level. So you are well stocked for this run. But that's only like, you know, a couple of item refills. I don't remember exactly how much it costs to fill up all your items, but it is, I'm pretty sure it's over 100,000 or close to 100,000. Maybe it's like 80 or something, 80 to 100. So it is expensive to fill up on items. All right, so we've got some lanterns and dogs here. Just, you know, be careful not to sit there and get hit like I did. And the dogs won't come down here, so we are going to have to go up to them. And so the cool thing about coming back here is you can do an ultimate technique as they come at you. That's why we break the boards there. I've been noticing a lot of people, almost everyone, there's probably a handful of people who are not doing New Game Plus Master Ninja. I think it's kind of a mistake that you get the achievement for beating Master Ninja on New Game Plus. In my opinion, you know, no judgment if that's how you're doing it. Like, hey, I totally get it. You know, like Path of Least Resistance is usually how achievement hunters go. But I think that in all the other Ninja Gaidens, you can't do that. And I think that's something they should have maintained for this one in spirit of Master Ninja. I think that's where they missed the mark a little bit. But that just means you have an easier road. If Master Ninja as the full experience isn't for you, hey, you have options. All right, so when we drop down here, this is how we get this chest. You can come up here. Wait, nope, not that way. Yep, this way. There's a cliff right here. Jump up here and then swap to the Takamenakata, and you can flying swallow across just like that. And that's how you get that chest for your Crimson Blood pellets, which we were not full on, by the way. We had not yet become full on that item, so we didn't get any ninja coin. Pretty cool. I think that item just got introduced to this mission or last mission, so it's a new one. All right, so no secrets here as well. There is a pit in this level we want to drop into. We just haven't found it yet. I'm just getting nervous that I'm missing it. So again, with these... Oh, let's see. So with these types of missions and these encounters, just remember that the lanterns, save them for last, but just and dodge them, and then just hit them with that ultimate technique once everything else is dead. If we slide under here, we should be able to get our little Gordy. So we are doing well. We haven't missed a Gordy yet. Hopefully that remains true for the whole run, but you know, sometimes I forget. I forget where things are. And we haven't missed a health upgrade, I believe, either, which is going to be pretty important on a Master Ninja run. We have a sliver of health. Let's see if we can ultimate technique through these guys walking towards us. I think that we can. See, it's great because even though I did this yesterday, I don't always remember where I died. So it's exciting for me too. Neither of us know what's going to happen, And there's our 2 OTs, and we're good to go. I do wish we could turn off the low health effect on the screen, around the borders of the screen. Like, I don't mind it on normal and hard, but on Master Ninja, I feel like it's a bit of a distraction. Like, I know my health is low, for the most part, usually, but, Alright, so we have our first boss. I'm going to cut because I die the first time I do it. But this is our Anikawa boss. He always opens up with that power attack, so you can interrupt him right off the bat. Just watch out for his backhand. Keep your combos short. Oh, I kept that death in. And actually, he doesn't have any ranged attacks, so you can pretty much spam ultimate techniques, I think, on this guy. I'm pretty sure we can just spam ultimate techniques. What am I doing? Ugh. Hopefully this also isn't a death. I don't think so. But yeah, so you can just get away from him and just ultimate technique spam him if you want. If you don't feel like styling on him, this is a legitimate strategy. And once he charges up his power attack, that's how you know he's vulnerable. So yeah, his AI is pretty simple at this point. He's not really a boss. He's just a little side thing. One day he'll grow up to be a true boss, but not yet. I'm out of here. All right. So he's done. Let's keep this moving. Again, looking for secrets that don't exist. You know how it is. We've got some Tengu and dogs in this fight. Best to assassinate a Tengu, for sure. We have a Fan Tengu, we have a Great Tengu, and we have another Fan Tengu. The Fan Tengus are annoying because of these wind things that they shoot at you. And the Great Tengu are annoying because they're strong. Hopefully at this point you're feeling a little bit more like you have some agency in your missions. You'll see that we still use the left trigger for Blood Raven stance in the B, the ranged attack, to knock some of the Tengu out of the sky. And simultaneously, it very often delimbs them at the same time, making it very, very effective at dealing with air units. And of course, we get a ton of ninja coin from having a revive item already. Again, overly cautious looking for secrets, so you'll know that we've covered our bases, so you don't have to spend so much time looking for stuff. Alright, so this fight we're going to cut because I die on it. The poison guy in the middle, when I died to doing an ultimate technique that landed me in the poison, and as soon as the ultimate technique ended, I just died to the poison. So sad. So, try to stay out of the poison. Use your UTs. Do the best you can there. And if you get your Berserk gauge, feel free to use it on the middle guy. I think that's a good use of Berserk gauge. Ugh, the OTs never get old, man. They never get old. Alright, so the poison guy's dead. He's going to leave the big puddle, so get out of it as soon as possible. And just fight on the outskirts. Nice. Alright, that fight's done. Nicely done, everyone. Nicely done. If this is your first Master Ninja run, please let me know in the comments how it's going for you. I'd love to hear your thoughts as a newcomer. But whatever. Alright, time to fly. We should be coming up on the missable accessory soon. But not yet. Make sure you backtrack for this chest. And get ready for a tight quarters encounter here. I recommend assassinating the Oni if you get to pick, but the game decided you're going to assassinate this dog instead, unfortunately. Nothing some UTs can't fix, of course. There's nothing really to unlock. There's nothing really to buy, so we're just going to turn in our mission and then keep going. Awesome. Our ninja coin's breaking 200k now, but it's going to go even higher. The side missions in this chapter are very, very important to do because they give us accessories and health upgrades. So skipping out on them, you will pay a dear price. You will. We'll kind of go in depth on the accessories as we need them, I think. But for right now, we're not going to change anything that we're equipped. We're going to keep the ranged attack damage reduction and the just damage reduction in general. Okay, so we'll have some enemies pop out of this house. So you can... Or I'm sorry, we're not at the house yet. We'll have some enemies pop into this valley. Here we go. An Oni and lanterns. Perfect. The overhead D-limb into OT. All right, this is the house. do an on-landing OUT and watch them guard it. Nothing a little Blood Raven form can't fix. There's actually a couple of accessories you can miss in this level, now that I think about it. But don't worry, we'll only miss one, and you'll not miss it. I'll just miss it. The sad part is it checkpoints like as soon as you miss the first one, or maybe it's the second one actually. Yeah, it's the second one. It checkpoints as soon as you miss it, so like you're actually screwed out of your whole run. Just so sad. Which is why I don't have it. I was like, I'm not redoing this. Not for that accessory. But the Purgatory Gate's coming up, so that'll be pretty exciting. So dropping down here is the missable area we've been looking for this whole time. We do have some lanterns to kill, but nothing you can't handle. Perfect. Yeah, we're making progress here. The Purgatory Gate is pretty tough this time around. It has 25 lantern enemies in it. Don't miss these chests. But 25 lantern enemies is a lot of lantern enemies, and the biggest problem about lantern enemies is that they don't drop essence when you kill them. So your UTs will be spent on lanterns that you don't want it to be spent on lanterns, and then you can't chain UTs because you killed lanterns. And there's a lot of lanterns. So this Purgatory trial is pretty tough for where we're at in the game. For that reason. So we're going to do Realm of Hell. As you can see, 25 Buraburs, 5 Anenras, and then a bunch of Tengus and a couple of Onis. The Onis are a threat. The Tengus are annoying because the fan ones range you down, while the Anenra sometimes shoot fireballs at you, and at the same time the lanterns are shooting fireballs at you. So there's a lot of ranged damage, so accessories I would not change for this Purgatory trial. Alright, let's do it up. It's going to get a little crazy. You're going to have to just do your best to avoid everything by rolling and perfect dodging. I open up by waiting for those attacks because it's just lanterns to start, so that we can just get a full UT off on a couple of them. The next wave of enemies starts once you kill 3 lanterns, and other lanterns will spawn in the meantime. You see one drop down on the left there. And now we have dogs. So we've killed 4 lanterns. After 3, the dogs spawn. And once we kill a couple dogs, the Tengu will spawn as well. It's inevitable to kill some of these lanterns without UTs at some point, so you do got to be a little comfortable dodging them. But one of the key tricks you can do is use the grappling hook points. Keep grappling away from them until they explode is an option. And that is something we should have learned from the 3rd level's boss on the first time we fight him. He just dodged my UT with that spin attack. Oh my god, what a monster, dude. He was like, not today, Satan. Sorry. Still getting over being sick. Alright, so now we've got plenty of Tengu, lots of lanterns. Ranged damage is everywhere and constant. So without UTs, this can be downright impossible. I mean, it's very possible with the proper Blood Raven combos, but it's difficult. It's very difficult. So now we got 2 Onis at the same time, and they will delete you in one hit. So good luck. That UT was so close, dude. He's dead. Let's avoid. Avoid, avoid, avoid. And then we just killed a lantern, so we're screwed out of UTs. But that's why the Anenra are actually good to have, because they die pretty quickly. We have an essence just spawned that we can use on this guy. Almost there. We're going to obliterate this guy, and now we should be down to just lanterns. So now life is a little easier. And we almost have our Berserk stance. We're going to swap to Taka Minakata and just use the Berserk full charge to wipe out a bunch of these guys all in one go. You don't have to do it that way, but it can be slow to charge up. So that's why I did it that way. And again, the jump with the shurikens is going to be your most effective way to get off a UT. Jump towards one. Wait for others to shoot, then jump towards one that hasn't shot and hit it with shurikens into a charge, and you should be good. See, this one hasn't shot yet. I tried to go for it, but I messed it up, and now he's going to explode. So we jump, grappling hook, and avoid it. We're nearly done. Yet another itemless purgatory gate in the bag. As long as we can survive these two guys, which we will. Feel free to take your time to play it safe. All done. 16,000 weapon XP in the piggy bank. So again, with the purgatory gates, you don't have to do them on the highest difficulty. It just makes the rest of your run easier. Ninja Gaiden runs, historically, the difficulty comes from lack of resources, right? The encounters can be tough, the enemies can be tough, but what really gets you is not having items, not having options, not having upgrades. And so doing these purgatory gates on Realm of Hell does alleviate that problem. We've been doing it for 5 missions now on the hardest difficulty for each purgatory gate, and it has paid dividends. We have maxed out both our weapons and have a ton of currency, so it is working. Oh, I think I die here. Yeah, I don't think I cut out this death. How sad. Yeah. Touch the poison. Sorry about that, guys. Alright. We're back. These poison guys are really annoying, I think. I think I much prefer their fireball variant. For sure, for sure. It requires more immediate attention, but I think it's more predictable to deal with. Especially when there's other enemies around. Hello, Mr. Oni. And Dunzo. I do hate that the Burra lanterns always try to float away from you, even when you're like nowhere near them. They're like, I'll just go to the edge, dude. I'll just fly to the moon, brother. You're like, can you come back, please? Sometimes I drop my air combo on purpose there because I'm afraid of like throwing myself off of a cliff. Alright, so this is the point where an accessory becomes missable. I'm pretty sure. Let's take a look. If I'm right. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe we're still not there. Dude, this is a long level, man. This is like, I know I'm not the fastest at getting through it, but it is a long ass level. This is not. This is not the accessory. I lied to you. I'm a liar. Liar, liar, plants for hire over here, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so this part, I do die on this part, but we're going to do a side mission first, and when you do the side mission, it checkpoints that the side mission is done, but doesn't checkpoint anything you kill after that. So, which obviously that's how checkpoints work, but it might be advisable to kill everything else first and then do the side mission to get that like checkpoint experience, but I'll leave it up to you. I did the side mission first by going up this way. So basically it's just some Anenra and some Burr lanterns. This is the Rampaging Demons mission, which is very important. I think this one gives us an accessory. But yeah, I think this one, or no, maybe this one gives the health upgrade. I don't remember. I think it's, I don't remember. But in any case, it's important either way. Again, focus the Anenra. Ignore the Berbers, because we can deal with them slowly on our own time afterwards. I am curious if you guys have a favorite enemy in the game so far. I really enjoy fighting the classic enemies, like the Shadow Flare Fiends and the Vangelfs. I think those are some of my favorite. But the new enemies, I'm totally here for. I think they're well designed. Like these Burrs are like I like having them in the game, but I hate having them in the game. You know what I mean? Like I love to hate them, right? I can't believe that missed. That's so weird. Like why? All right, so I will die. So we're gonna cut here in a second to avoid the death because I want to showcase that it does checkpoint, and I also want to showcase that after I died is when I killed everything else successfully. So we should cut. I think. I hope. Yeah. Look, we cut to my death. Amazing. Okay, so when it checkpoints, right, we come back, we get on that roof. I didn't know that it checkpointed, so I tried to go back to the mission, and you'll see that all the mission dudes are dead, but nobody else is dead, okay? So you might want to do the mission last, because potentially, I can't guarantee it, but potentially it'll checkpoint everything else being dead, and we have some pretty long series fights coming up, so I would advise giving that a try to see if it works. But you can assassinate this dude, and then drop down here, and you can assassinate this dude, and you can assassinate this dude, and if you don't assassinate them, an Oni guy runs in, I'm pretty sure, but we assassinated them. So we're good to go. I don't even know where that Oni guy comes from, because I don't think he's even out here. But we can swing to the next roof from here and assassinate this guy. There's a guy over there that we will assassinate, but not yet. First, we're going to assassinate this guy. Ah, that's the Oni guy. Wow, that's a long distance away. How does he even get out of here? It's totally enclosed off. Grab the loot. Go back behind the house here so that we can assassinate the last two guys. So you'll see this guy. He's AFK at the wheel. We're going to take advantage of that. And this is where our first missable accessory is as well. Assassinate that guy. And don't forget the last guy down here. So you can literally wipe out an entire village. And look, we're almost at 300,000 ninja coin now. Dude, we are making piggy bank, dude. We are oinking on this ninja coin. Now, at the moment, I'm just kind of being weird. I don't know why I'm over here. All right, come on, dude. We do want to go up So we're going to swing up here and then swing on over here to get this Gordy. Yeah, you thought I was going to forget the Gordy, didn't you? Nah, man. I think this is the second Gordy in this mission, isn't it? Didn't we get one earlier? Yeah. So now we have 2. Capture successful. Gordy enslaved. All right, so there's some stuff to do in this area, but we're going to move ahead and then come back because of the possibility of death is such a pain. It's so much of an issue on this next encounter that I'd rather do it first because we're more likely to die here. So I tried to sneak, but there's just no way to sneak it. You have some Berberas and an Oni, so Brett, you want to drag the Oni back to this location. You might have to do some finagling about your position, you know, to get it all to get him to come out, but, you know, just play it by ear. So you'll see he's like, I'm not having it. So I move closer, and then I move further away, and now we're good to go. And the reason why this is an annoying part is because that guy on the hill is shooting fireballs while we're fighting an Oni and while Berberas are trying to kill us. So it's a lot of overlapping things, and the fireball can set you up to get killed by a Berber. Yeah, if the fireball, like if you block the power attack fireball, the Berberas can shoot you at the same time, and you'll just die. It's really annoying. So play this patiently and just break him when he power attacks. I wanted to do this guy last because I didn't know if he spawns more enemies. But my ultimate techniques just were like determined to fight him for some reason, which I think is really annoying. And then this one just misses. I don't know what's happening, man. It's driving me crazy. And then of course this happens, so we gotta dodge that. And then get this chest. Okay. Now for the accessory, the ashen pipe. How do we get the ashen pipe? Well, we don't go this way. We go this way. And you'll notice there's a little ring-a-ling ding bing bong thing to hit with your sword. So hit this. That'll spawn a chest. Hit it again and it will spawn enemies. And now we must fight them. At first, it's just some Berbers. Now go ahead and hit it again, and now we get Onis. And he power attacks my ultimate technique and causes me to take some damage. Pretty smart. But just drag him down the stairs. If you need space to charge your UT, should be okay. Make sure you OT if you get a D-lim. These Onis have a lot of health, man. They are tanks. Alright, we're not done yet. Hit the thing again. And now we have Tengus. Great Tengus, mind you. They can be a little tricky to get them to cooperate, though. They kind of just hang out and then beat you up when you try to get close. And then dude, I don't know what it is with this area, but my UTs miss so much. It's crazy. The game's trying to tell me to stop spamming UTs and start playing the game more. Which is, hey, fair point, man. Fair point. But we're trying to do a walkthrough here, not a style guide, you know what I'm saying? So that's my own version of path of least resistance. So I totally get it. So you can use the ranged attack there to break them. and try to delimb them. But they are tanky. And obviously, if we die here, we have to do this all again. So I'm kind of sweating a little bit at the moment. Defeat 20 Tengu complete. And now we are using the Taka Minakata for easy Azuna drops, if necessary. But it wasn't necessary, so we're good to go. Alright. Now hit the bell again. And there we go. We have 2 chests to loot. This one has the accessory. The Ashen Pipe, which nullifies Berserk gauge buildup. It's not something I normally use, but allows you to Bloodbath kill at any point. I think Berserk gauge is just too powerful. So go over to the right here and loot this chest as well. Perfect. Almost 300k, guys. 294. That's so much. That's so much ninja coin. We are rich now. We're rich. All right. So after this, I think it's 1 or 2 sections, and then we will have our missable accessory that I miss. It is the attack upgrade ring, if I remember correctly. But do feel free to correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. But I believe that is the ring. We're not quite there. It's not here, but we're getting real close because we're getting towards the end of the level. We're getting closer. And again, I'm like panicking. Like, did I miss something? Did I miss something? I always feel like I missed something in these levels. We're going to get healed up and turn in our missions. Oh, there it is. Defeat the Tengus. Get the numbing scroll. I'm going to be using the numbing scroll later. You are probably not going to be using the numbing scroll because you'll have the ring coming up. But numbing scroll is still good. It's still good for when you don't have like an adequate second accessory. So at this point, I'm like looking. I'm like, did I miss something, man? But no, we did not miss anything. So I'm going to fast forward. Okay. All right. So anyway, after you're done healing up, you can come this way. Big, strong wind gust. And now it gets interesting. So there's this dude shooting fireballs at us. We're going to... I'm just like trying to figure out what I'm doing. Sorry, guys. Fly on over here and deal with this guy first. I always just avoid this attack. Play it safe. I actually got hit by it there. And then barely dodged that. And then, of course, when he does this, just get ready to break him. Get this guy out of here. You can just play as safe as you need to. Patience is the name of the game sometimes, guys. So again, no secrets to worry about yet. We're going to fight the Enenra. And the cool thing about these Enenra is that we can abuse the same flaw in their AI design. We'll assassinate this one, and then we will aggro them. And then we will fall back. And if you fall back and jump up this cliff, they will not be able to attack you till after they complete a jump. So just like in Mission 1, where we jump on the box and charge a UT, you can do the exact same thing here, and it is safe to do so. Now we deal with this guy. Don't worry, you're not missing anything. And just fight this guy the way you always will. Avoid that attack. Break him at this point. And just hit him with a bunch of X and Y and yada, yada, yada. And once he's dead, we're going to drop down and fight a guy exactly like him. Again, I'm just looking for missables, but then, yeah, we're going to have to drop down. We did not have enough blood gauge to interrupt him there, so it's a good thing that we got the orb. It was a close one. An Incense of Rebirth down here is enough to break us over the 300,000 Ninja Coin mark. Dude, we are swimming in Ninja Coin. Oh, going itemless makes a big difference, man. So if we do decide to use items later, like on particular bosses, it's not going to matter. We'll just have enough piggy bank saved up, you know. I did look around for a missable secret. Did not find one. There is one in a similar area later, and so that's why I'm like getting this deja vu. Like, I know I've been here before, and there's supposed to be a secret here, but I don't see it for some reason. They have some similar looking sections. All right, so tight quarters battle right here. Just fall back, deal with the Oni. And jump off a cliff for fun. It's a very key part of the strategy. Good job, Yakumo. We've got some essence from a box here we're going to use. So this next section can be spicy. So be a little careful. So on here, make sure you jump and grapple before the fireball gets to you, and then here just jump. And you can actually fight the Tengu down on this cliff. So just let them come to you, dodge the power attack, use your ranged attack with Blood Raven form to do that to them. Just straight up Darth Vader them off a cliff, and don't let that happen. You can do an air recovery to come back. Luckily, I got really lucky. And then just play it as you would normally. I got the UT there just in time. And then he's doing this again, so we're going to back off and play it safe. And now he's dealt with. Get the chest. We're not out of the kitchen yet, guys. Now, one of the other design things I don't like about Master Ninja is that if we're low on health right now and we approach a new battle and die, it will heal us to full instead of setting us to the HP we were at. So it makes it so that you can't get stuck, but I don't know, like save statues would have like kept you at whatever health you had in Ninja Gaiden 1, and Ninja Gaiden 2, I guess they just healed you one time though, only one time. So all right, so we're down here. Get this chest. We haven't missed the accessory yet. There's some heals in the boxes. Dude, this is a very long level, man. Like, obviously, I could be doing it a lot faster, but it's just a long level. We don't have a lot of health to deal with these Tengus, and if you go around the corner, you'll have fireball shot at you. So just be extra careful. Ugh, they knocked me off the cliff, but I came crawling back. There's the fireballs. Just send him off a cliff. That's the power of the drill, I guess. And then I'm going to use a fully charged ranged attack there. Going to shoot another one and then try to OT him. All right, good to go. Again, looking for secrets that don't exist. Just keep going. And don't get hit by the fireball. You gotta time your jump just right. And then we hit him with the UT. Then we're gonna break him. It's important not to try to break him too early. It has to be after he flashes red, which sometimes becomes unmissable if you're on like the last hit of a string that's a little slower. So you just want to be a little patient. Ah, we're getting close to the accessory. I can feel it, like the wind beneath my wings. Like the spaghetti beneath my meatballs. All right, so here, this is the accessory. You get one shot at this. If you land, you miss it. You need to go near these and grapple onto these poles. If you grapple up to those poles, there is a chest. I'll show you the chest. We are going to see the chest. But the chest, and we're going to cut because I died. But I was messing around trying to get to like the chest, finding some way to do it. There's no way to do it. You're stuck once you land. But I will show you the chest. It gives you the ring, I believe, of attack damage increase, moderate attack damage increase, 1 slot ring. Unfortunately, I just missed it. So if you get that, yeah, you'll see. I'm desperately trying to get it, but we're going to move on. We're going to attack these guys with the UT. There are armored sickle guys, so just use your Blood Raven for them. And your spin attacks are really, really effective in the close quarters. Easy. Alright, so can't get the chest. Gonna fast forward a little bit because I try to get the chest. Once we move on, oh, yeah, again, trying to get the chest. Hold on, I actually missed it. I told you we'd see the chest, and I skipped it. I guess we're not going to see the chest. That's unfortunate. But anyways, moving on. We will fight these 2 Tengus at this chest. So yeah, hopefully you don't miss that accessory, guys. It is very easy to miss, and it checkpoints as soon as you miss it, which is really kind of evil in my opinion. Because there's no way back. There's no way to try again, you know? You either get it or you don't, and I did not on this Master Ninja run. This guy's so far away. Like, can you come fight, please? Yeah, the ranged attack into D-Lim, into OT. The classic combo. So pretty low on life. I'm going to cut to avoid a death, I think. Yes. Although we already fought these Tengu, so I will skip ahead. And then when we move to the next section, the boxes here do have blood orbs in them, so I break that open. Accidentally eat the blood orb instead of using UT, though. And this guy across the way is shooting a fireball at you. You can go kill him first if you prefer. I just decided to deal with this, though. And again, those boxes have more blood orbs if you need. There is a quest item coming up that you want to make sure not to miss. And it is guarded by that fireball guy. So when you fly up here, just turn around. And then get on over here. Deal with this guy. Alright. Quest items right here. Pick this up. That's the heirloom knife. Alright. Good to go. We are just about at the boss, guys. It was a long run, and once you get to the boss, I'm going to tell you it took me 3 hours. It took me 3 hours of attempts to finally kill this boss, to learn him. Because I don't learn the bosses in the boss trials like a smart individual probably would. I learn them in the level, which is really not advised. But that means when I do finally get it for the first time, I'm done with the level instead of having to fight him again, right? So that's where we're at. There is these Oni guys. I wish you could assassinate them, but that's okay. We're just going to fight them. And they come with some Burras. You know what to do by now. Ultimate technique for the win, dude. It's just like Ninja Gaiden 1 and 2. And we have almost 100,000 weapon experience already. And we still have another 2 levels to go before we get a weapon. Although Chapter 7 is just the boss fight in a Purgatory Gate. And Chapter 6 is actually an actual level. So we still have a lot of weapon XP to get before we even see the hammer. So as soon as we get the hammer, we should be able to unlock, hopefully, most of its abilities. But hammer skills are expensive as hell, so we'll see about that when we get there, you know? But yeah, this is the boss encounter. There is a missable quest item after the boss, so don't miss that, guys. Don't just watch the boss footage and then end the video if you don't know about the missable quest item afterwards. Just, I mean, it's pretty fairly obvious, but just don't miss it. It's very important. So come on in, heal up, and turn in your missions. And that is going to be your health upgrade for the level. Max health increased feels so good. Except that we're still going to die in, 2 hits. But hey, whatever. This boss is brutal. This is a brutal boss. Alright, so let's cut to when I actually kill the boss. You can kill him in about 3 minutes, so that's good. So here's what I recommend. For phase 1, the 2 accessories you should have equipped are the reduces moderate damage, the Cobalt Ring, and the reduces ranged damage. This first phase is almost entirely ranged damage, and it hits really, really hard for full damage, like really hard. So cutting that in half, he still hits really hard. So have those 2 equipped. Okay, so he has a few attacks. When you're far away, he has the lasers or the missiles. The lasers are easy to dodge. You just go to the left or right and keep running at them, good to go. But the missiles, you got to dodge 3 or 4 times, and then he always follows it up with a power attack. Sometimes there's 2 types of lasers. There's red laser and orange laser. I call orange laser pocket sand because he just like, surprise, motherfucker, and like hit you without any time to react. That one can be really annoying and just get you no problem. So it depends on how far away you are and if you can interrupt it or if you have to like figure out which power attack it is and then dodge and just kind of play safe. This first phase, it is important to get to a point where you can do it without getting hit or only getting hit like once on a lower damage attack. Because you're going to need all the health you can get for phase 2. And the only way to get to that point is through repetition, okay? So this time he opened up with laser. I'm going to use a ranged attack to break that power attack, and then another power attack break with Blood Raven form. And at this point, when you're in these melee ranges, you got to understand his moveset, because at any given point, he can rise up and do a body slam on you. And if you're mid combo, even just an XXX combo, it will hit you for almost 60, 70, 80% of your health, right? But the good news is these power attacks, he usually tries to chain 3 of them together. So if you can preemptively do a 3-hit Blood Raven combo, you'll do a lot of damage here, just like this. Now, around this point, around 60% health or more, if you're still on the first position, he's going to teleport. So just, you can continue to attack him until he does, because he's about to teleport. But then he'll open up with a ranged attack. He did the pocket sand laser there, the one you can't really react to, but he shot it into a pillar, so who really cares? And then this is the missiles. 1, 2, 3, 4. After you dodge all 4, immediately tell your character to do a Blood Raven and X for a light attack. And 9 times out of 10, he does a power attack there. For whatever reason, he did the body slam because we were too close at the end of the missiles. Usually you're further away, and he does a power attack. But since we were so close, he did the body slam. Luckily, the power attack the Blood Raven form attack that I did counts as a dodge for getting away from him, so we didn't get hit. But then we see this. You can just do regular attacks to kind of feel out what he's going to do, but he will teleport away, and then he's doing pocket sand laser. On the third position, you can sometimes kill him on the second position, but usually that requires getting hit while he's on the first position. You most assuredly will oftentimes kill him on the third position, and then the other, like maybe like half the time you will, and then the other half the time you'll kill him on the fourth position, right? The thing about the third position is if you do it like this, he'll always drop a blood orb on third position, so you can dodge this laser or be like me and get hit by it, and then you can do a UT. And again, I was blocking there to figure out what he's going to do, and then I broke him with Blood Raven, and now he's dead on third stance. If he does the fourth position teleport, he does a ranged attack every single time, and then every single time after that, he does a breakable power attack. So you can always dodge the ranged, whether it's missile or laser, and then just break him on the fourth position. Doesn't really matter where you stand for this. You can do whatever. It always resets to neutral. So gonna skip the cutscene, and I think I forgot to change my accessories here, but I usually change my accessory to because I don't have the attack damage ring, I would replace the ranged damage for phase 2 with the attack damage ring. But if you don't have the attack damage ring, you can use the numbing scroll to recover damaged health faster, which is pretty helpful. All right, so he has a bunch of attacks, and the name of the game is knowing when your guard is going to break. I think we can block 6 attacks at the moment, so your character will glow yellow or red if your guard is going to break. If you start glowing yellow, or dare I say, if you glow red but your guard isn't broken, kite the boss. I don't know the exact amount of time it takes to reset, but do like a lap around the room just to get your guard to reset. And this boss is all about not getting hit. You can block, you can dodge, whatever you need to do, but don't take damage. In this case, we do a perfect. I don't know, I think it was a parry. And then we get some attacks in. And you'll notice that I do like short attack strings. Just short attack strings. All right, so block, block, dodge. All right, see how far away he is for this power attack? I'm going to do Blood Raven plus X to see if I can reach him. And I die. Oh, no, I die. I thought I cut out all the deaths. Aw, oh well. So don't do that. LOL. Alright, so we're going to skip ahead here. And you see, I'm nearly dead. Is this really my kill? There's no way. No. Hold on. Hold on. Did I not edit the boss footage? That's so funny, dude. That's so funny. Okay, so because I didn't edit the boss footage, let's just do that really quickly here. I don't know how I messed that up, but I did. So we will now kill the boss. Oh. Alright, so this is phase 2. Alright, so we're going to dodge. This is his, like, whirly attack. Should never get hit by his whirly attack. This is a 3-hit combo that you want to watch out and dodge for. And then you'll notice that he does the pocket sand laser, though it's not the color of the phase 1 pocket. It's the color of the phase 2 regular laser. But it is fast. And so in this case, it's so high risk to try and break it at this point that I didn't feel I could react fast enough. So I just dodged and did some normal XXX attacks. And again, guarding the first hit is always a good idea. We get a parry there. And then this attack will kill you all the time. All right. This attack right here will kill you all the time because you're going to try to break it with Blood Raven form, and it's just going to miss. So what does he do? After the whirly attack, hold on. The parry. This. So he reaches back. What ends up happening is his hitbox like backs up a little bit, and it won't cause a delay on your attack, but it will take longer to reach him by like a millisecond, and he'll usually hit you even if you hit him. Not always, but usually. So I elect when he does that like rise the axe above his head attack, 9 times out of 10 I just try to get out of the way. And when he does that after spin, he doesn't always do it, but that after spin, if you dodge the power attack, just start attacking him. You won't get hit. Like, I've never been hit by that spin attack, the follow up spin attack. There's the 2 swipes. All right, so dodge this because we're so far away. Block into a dodge there. I dodged forward on that power attack, got kind of lucky. All right, once we get to this point, just run around the arena, do some roll jumps to get away from this attack. And then the closer you are to him, the deadlier this third strike is, so I'm pretty far away. And then I dodged to the right, and then as it came at me, I dodged to the left. You can also just hold block. And he always does a power attack after that attack. So I come down here and I just wait in Bloodraven form, and then XXX. So I hit him with 1 power attack, Bloodraven form. Then I go into my XXX string, and then I go back into Bloodraven form to get a second stun, just like we did on the first boss of the game. Seems like most bosses are susceptible to this sort of Bloodraven form, not Bloodraven form combo. It's very simple and easy to execute. You don't have to be a combo master or anything, right? And then I finish with 3 Bloodraven strikes at the end into a block dodge, and then again dodge because that's so fast. And again, we haven't taken damage yet, but we could die at any time. There's the 2 strikes. So doing a block into a dodge is almost always a valid strategy. There's some attacks that won't work on. You'll block and then you'll dodge into his next attack, so you gotta watch out. But for the most part, it'll work. So you see there, like, you can always attack the spin attack follow up if you dodged the power attack, and not even just perfect dodge. Like, that was a perfect dodge example, but it doesn't have to be one. We have another power attack. You can interrupt this if you don't roll forward. If I dodge forward and then do Bloodraven and then a light attack, I will get hit. But if I just sit there and do Bloodraven attack, just left trigger plus X, the attack will cover the distance for me in shorter time than dodging and then doing it. And so it will interrupt it. So just keep that in mind. But we're just going to dodge because that attack almost always hits you anyways. And I couldn't see at that angle what it was. So he's starting to do power attacks here with combos, and it hurts, as you can tell. We're almost dead. That numbing scroll coming in handy a little bit as we try to heal back the damage. And then we get the break into the break combo. Got some good damage there. And now this is the sign that you've nearly killed him. If he goes back into this mechanic, put your gamer face on because you are almost done. Just 1 or 2 more combos and you're done. Literally 1 or 2 more and you're done. So you're so close. Remember, stay away from this, hold block, and then you can move in, get ready to break him, and then break him into the full combo, bim bam boom, bingo bango, and then, you know, block dodge, the 2 strike. It's not always a 2 strike there, so just be careful. There's the whirly attack, and then dodge that because we're so far away. Again, just play it a little safe, guys. I'm pretty nervous at this point because I've been at this for so long. And I just go for the kill with the Bloodraven form attacks there because I knew I had time. And that is the kill, guys. Hopefully that helps. I know it's like not a straightforward answer on how to kill him. You just have to learn to deal and dodge with all these different attacks. It's not easy. It took 3 hours of attempts for me to get it. So trust me when I say that you just have to grind it out for right now until there's a easier strategy. But once you leave the boss room, hang a left here for the missable quest item. And then that is your Chapter 5 walkthrough. Oh my God, it was a long one, guys. But thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. If you have any questions, do let me know. And I will see you in Chapter 6. So until next time, this is Ninja Burrito. Blingity blongity. I'll see you next time. I don't know why I said that. Goodbye.